you did come here for love, and we came here for entertainment. We are down to 4 gentlemen. Sorry, Mike, your man is out, but me and Kendall each have 1, and Dawn currently had 2 going into this episode, and we were all very hopeful.
Yeah.
A little too hopeful.
Dawn was actually not hopeful about one of hers.
Well, actually, Dawn doesn't like either of her men.
Like my pick.
Dawn has Guy and Chalk. I have Jordan, and Kendall has Pascal. Mm-hmm. We kicked it off heading out to, was it Lake Tahoe with Guy?
Yeah.
And it really gave brother-sister vibes.
But he had a yacht.
He has a yacht, but it's like those. Have you ever been in a beautiful place with somebody that you don't like?
Yes.
Okay. It can make paradise be really.
Yes.
I was once in a very lovely tropical location and I was miserable.
Yes.
So, that can happen, right?
Totally true.
And
Absolutely.
it was miserable to watch because Guy. He's talking to her like he's signing her up for a clinical trial.
It really
That's what
is.
I wrote down. Like, it's
An
so
enema.
plastic.
Yes.
It's so will you participate in this marriage with me?
And
You
the worst part is what we found out, when he went to bring her back to his family, is one of the topics of discussion was another guy, Charles. That's not a great sign.
That's also one of my guys.
Yeah.
Bye,
He's not
Charles.
dead, but he's just not here.
Peace out, A-Town.
We love Charles. We need him to have his own show.
No more Charles.
But-
We need more Charles.
But I will say this is, Guy thinks it's going great. And that always makes me very sad for people that think it's going really well when you're like, this is not going
They
really well.
pecked each other.
I know.
Thick peck.
You can tell how into someone she is by how she kisses them.
Yes.
And this man had never had any tongue.
No.
No tongue.
Chalk and Pascal just go in for it. And he, at one point, while they were on the boat, I actually rewatched the episode last night.
did.
And yes.
Mike,
and,
you're a killer.
You're a real
no, my
one
wife
for
just
that.
hadn't seen it yet, so I watched it with her. And he looks over and does the old, "Can I kiss you on the cheek now?" And she's like, "Of course." And then he goes in and kisses her on the cheek. It was so awkward.
It's like,
If you're going to ask for consent, ask for like a real kiss. And I love consent. Consent's great. But asking somebody to kiss them on the cheek.
yeah.
And then we head off to Chicago to see Pascal. Go ahead and order and say, put it on my account. And that was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
They asked him. He didn't even have to bring it up.
Yeah, do you want us on
just
the
put it on
house
the house account? And he was like, yes, please, thank you.
That
I'm
was
like,
game over for me. I was like, we don't need to see anymore. But then he said something even hotter where Joan rolled up and he said, all right, let's go to my salon.
which had like at least 50 people working there, which is a massive salon.
Two stories.
It was crazy. There was a full bar in it. There was people who were shampoo experts.
That's the only thing they do all day, shampoos.
What?
I've decided that. I don't know why.
Well, could be.
Could be.
They're working. They
Wild.
were their way up to be a stylist.
And
I
she
don't know.
said she loved his family. Like
Yeah.
they were like, I feel like you already are one of us. And she said, I do too. And I don't remember her saying that with Guy.
Yeah. Here's the problem. There's two guys that she claims loves her a lot, and then there's two guys that she's worried wouldn't choose her.
Mm-hmm.
And ours were sandwiched in between, Kendall. Pascal and Jordan were the ones where she goes, are they into me as much as I'm into them?
Right. Both of the Chicago boys.
Yes.
She just didn't know.
So she went ahead and crossed the street and met Jordan after. And the thing
The
that we
tight pants
noticed.
street.
Oh, my.
Yes.
The pants.
Maybe they don't sell correctly fitting pants in Chicago. We don't know.
We don't care.
I'm so relieved that I wasn't the only one that noticed because I was like watching it with you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, we should say we were at, if you're watching this on YouTube, we were at Project Down and Dirty, which is something where we live together. It's a reality show on the radio where we live together for 3 days.
Yes, we all watched
So
it
we
together.
watched it together in our hotel.
It was so fun.
It was epic.
Yes, there is memes everywhere currently of Jordan's pants and how tight they are.
Yeah.
You see everything. And let me tell you, it ain't looking so bad.
I like, Brittany did an impression of how he was sitting too, and it was like,
Uncomfortably on the edge of a chair.
like, you know, ladies know that feeling when your pants are
Yes.
too tight, you
Yes.
cannot sit properly. That is
Yeah.
how he was sitting.
And so she kind of left Jordan with another, I don't know if he would pick me. And his daughter didn't help out with that one.
Nope,
she
not a bit.
kind of was like, yeah, maybe he won't. And I was like, what?
I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
Like, if I was
good.
Jordan and I saw that, I'd go, you're grounded. I mean, I know that she's like 35, but you're still grounded.
yeah. Maybe she doesn't want a stepmom.
Yeah, right? It's too late in the game. Where were you, Joan, earlier?
Yeah.
And then we head off to what city is Chalk at?
Wichita, Kansas.
Yes. Wichita, Kansas.
Not that it was his house, so how would we really know?
We don't know. We don't. Is that where he's from?
Is his mom still in the basement? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we don't know. We don't. I mean,
They didn't bury her. They buried a tree. I digress. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So we headed off to an undisclosed location that's not Chalk's house. It said friend of.
Which is so weird.
You should be able to go see where these people are living.
This should
Maybe
be
she
standard.
did.
Maybe she
ABC
did.
keeps letting in all these creepers, and I'm like, okay, now we have a guy who won't even show her his house, and she's supposed to get engaged.
And it was a beautiful property, which is even more suspicious. It's like, whose property is this?
Yeah.
Where Joan's first activity with Chalk in his hometown visit was a memorial.
Literally, here, Joan, here, we're going to bury a tree. We're going to plant a tree. And it's in honor of Chalk's mother who passed during the show.
A woman.
And he couldn't wait to get back on the show. I was like, you should take some more time.
She attended a memorial of a woman she'd never met.
And they gave her the shovel and said, here, put some dirt. You help bury. It's like you are roping this woman in before she's in.
I like your southern roping her in. It's that cowboy.
When Dawn mentioned that she was actually the second person to put dirt on this tree for a memorial for a woman she's never met.
That's weird, y'all.
What?
Now, I did go down a really weird rabbit hole.
Of course you did.
Because Chalk's daughter is very active on TikTok. And
What did you learn?
Has opened up about the fact that, my dad has become the villain because we weren't alone. Social media blew up. Like, your hometown visit was a funeral.
Yeah.
And she went on and did elaborate and say, look, this is how they edit the show. We did a 10-minute memorial segment or memorial ceremony for my for my mom. She wasn't there. For my grandma.
Yeah,
It would have been her grandma. And she's like, she wasn't the second one to put dirt on. They edited it in a certain way to make it seem more dramatic than it was.
God.
He did go to our house.
Okay.
She did see all these different things. So she did add a little context to it. I just don't want to like Chalk. So it made me just.
I don't think
have to
they
start
want
to
us
feel-
to like Chalk.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. And the thing is, so there was editing, but you know that. Why are you having a memorial service?
Yeah, not great.
Like,
Just-
that is how they're going to edit it.
Well, and that's what kind of sucks too, Kendall, is a lot of these people on the Goldens, they are worked like puppets because they don't say no because they don't really know what they're getting into. That happened a lot with the Golden Bachelor where I noticed where I'm like, what? You don't have to repeat verbatim what the producer just told you.
That's true. They're
And, like,
not savvy enough.
Yeah, if I would have had a hometown visit and they're like, you're going to have a memorial for your mom, I'd say, no, I'm not. I would never.
God.
And so I think they get like looped into stuff in a weird way that like maybe other people wouldn't because they have like a little bit more of an idea of how the show is done. But
I'll give you that. I also just think that was weird.
it was so weird. So then we head to the final rows. And again, we are down to 4 gentlemen and we are going to get down to 3, which means somebody either Don's going down to 1 or me and one of me and Kendall's men are out. The first one who get a rose is Chalk.
No surprise. We all knew.
She loves Chalk.
She's going to pick Chalk. Chalk and noodle soup.
She's a
God, what is wrong
Chalkaholic.
She's no.
His name's Chalk.
Can't get enough of the Chalkster.
Sounds like something else. Yeah.
When to tell you, our jaws were on the floor when Guy got the second rose.
We
You
were
could have
shocked.
hit us all over with a feather.
Brittany literally jumped on my bed and held me because one of us was going to be out.
And I needed to be bonding with the person who was going to be mourning, who I thought was going to be Kendall. I thought I'll be here for Kendall when Pascal gets kicked home because Jordan is a very reasonable, lovely person. Unfortunately, for once ever, I was wrong and Jordan went home.
The video of the live reaction shot by our own Jason Stormer was absolutely epic. It is online if you would like to watch it. It shows all 4 of our reactions.
Yeah.
One of us left the room and went and hid in the bathroom for a minute.
It was like the Super Bowl.
And it wasn't any of the females in here.
Yeah, Mike had to leave the room.
I
He
had
had
to.
the hands on the
I
head
did. I
reaction,
was
the
like,
sports
oh, no.
reaction.
And Don's mouth is just gaping.
I actually, Yeah, and then in the background, I go, "You go get her, Pascal." Like
That's
I'm
right.
rooting for
Yes.
Pascal
Right.
at this point because I don't like either of my guys.
I know. You guys, honestly, I would like to say it's Pascal, but I feel like we all know she's going with Chalk. At this point, like, it's going to be Chalk.
It's gonna be Chalk.
I want
don't
Pascal
know.
to be
Chalk
the
is
Golden
such a
Bachelor.
made-up bro name.
Wait, if it's not Pascal, can he be the Golden Bachelor?
I don't know
And
because
give them all haircuts for one of like his dates?
and that's the one thing everyone keeps saying is they're hoping that if it is Pascal, he gives her a whole makeover.
She's
Yeah.
beautiful, but I'm like, I think that she would look good with a slightly different hairstyle.
A lob would be amazing on her.
So cute. And she looks great as she is, though. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are down to 3.
Brittany's out. She's out.
It really hurts my feelings, and I don't think we're gonna be doing any more videos or segments. So
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, this bet I think has ran its course. We're
I don't
done.
know. Dawn, as the people with 3, I think that means that we have 3 votes to their 2 votes.
What happens this Wednesday? Because I'm going to be on vacation. That's what I'm going to be doing. But what is the show? Is it going to
It's
be
the hometown. I mean, at the
No.
hometowns, it's the fantasy suites,
Oh, that doesn't
Exist this time.
without, yeah, those are kind of
but with no beds.
overnight, yeah. So they
You
just
can
have to have
still do stuff.
What?
You don't need a bed, honey.
What?
Come on.
Y'all think we were
How?
born yesterday?
How could you have
mean,
sex
there-
without a bed? That's impossible, and you
Okay.
know it.
I know we have to go, but who's everyone's vote for who's going home next week?
Guy,
Guy. It
Guy.
has to be Guy.
it has to be
They
Guy.
edited it in a really interesting way. If you have watched the
Oh, yeah.
preview,
Yeah.
they have kind of, it seems like, coming into the rescue is Pascal. There's something that happens that
Yes.
frustrates Joan or upsets Joan so much that he's like, shut the camera off, get it away from her. Like he is very defensive of her and trying to remove her from a situation. So that situation is either created by a producer or it's created by Guy or it's created by Chalk.
Did you hear what the man said though?
What did he
Because in it they say he told me or that he knows what real love is. It's not me.
Yeah.
He knows what true love is, and it's not me. I think they want to insinuate that is Chalk.
But I bet you it's
But
Pascal.
I think it's probably no. It's got to be Guy.
You don't think? I think it might be Pascal, and he feels bad that he said that during the moment. Because that would be a big twist.
I didn't think of that. Wow.
But it is interesting. It
Pascal.
could go either way because Chalk would be, out of all the 3 of them, Chalk is the one to me that would be very offended by the idea that these other men are around his woman because in his mind, he's already on past this and
crazy.
they're already going to have a life together. So I could see him getting a little territorial and potentially setting that up. So we'll see.
He's like, you
think
have to
sure.
come. You have to be my wife because you have to come to the memorial tree that we buried.
Yeah. You have to see how
You
it's
put
doing.
dirt in the ground.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We will definitely keep you up to date on who goes next.